So are the number of people who are giving online. More people are choosing to make donations to their favorite charities online, and they do this on their phones and their tablets increasingly. So what do you need to know as you give out that information to make sure that you're giving the money you want to give and no one's ripping you off? Laura Wells McKnight, who is the authority on all things good, is here to help. And in the age of smartphones and tablets, this is a really important lesson that we need to learn.
It is, and as you said, giving is up. So giving online is up about 9%, and giving overall is up to $355 billion a year. So this is a very real issue. How do you give online? How are you smart about it? There are three easy things to remember.
One quick question I have, and then I do get this from a lot of people because we'll MC a lot of charity events in which we ask people to text a specific word to a number, and then you automatically donate $10. Is that safe to do? Text,
typically,
give to this number.
Typically that is, and for dollar amounts like that, most people are willing to take their chances. And what we're beginning to look at, though, is people are giving larger and larger denominations online.
Right.
So instead of writing a check for $100, they're actually giving $100 online or even more.
Right.
And when you're giving that kind of money, you really do want to pay attention to a few things. So the first thing we recommend that people look at is just basic principles of online security. So you definitely want to look at a site to be sure it has a privacy policy and has some representation about the security measures it's taking, whether either going through a PayPal portal or a Network for Good portal or something that looks credible. You want to be sure that the financial part is secure and that they're also not going to be giving away your information.
Is a good way to do that simply by just Googling the site? Because I found I get a lot of valuable information from that, and some warnings too that have stopped me from going down that road, and I chose a different road.
It's a great idea. Yeah, so you can usually check those things out pretty easily, and it's just a good check the box to make sure that you're giving to something that's good, that's appropriate, that's secure.
The other piece of advice you have is keep the email when you make the online donation.
Keep that email. So most people who are giving to a charitable organization online want to be able to count that as a tax deduction. So in order to track that, they're probably not going to send you a letter. If you give online, you're probably going to get your receipt online as well. So when an email bounces back, it's going to have that magic tax language in the email. Keep it, stick it in a file in your inbox, and keep it for your taxes when tax time rolls around.
Point number 3, you write charity or doing something good for someone else with a question mark. What do you mean?
Yes, this is a really important one. There are so many websites out there now that are funding community projects or funding even startup companies or collecting donations to give a scholarship to someone who needs it. A lot of those things don't count as a charitable contribution. It's a really nice thing to do, but they don't count as giving to charity because they're going to help a particular person or family. So that is not something that is tax deductible. So so people who are really wanting to give to tax deductible 501c3 charitable organizations need to be careful that what they're being asked to do online is actually going to a charity and not to fund somebody's new business. If they want to fund somebody's new business, that's great. Just be aware of what you're giving to.
Laura, thank you very much. Good information to know.
You're welcome.
Lisa. All right.